In previous videos or tutorials, I told you I have created one student DEO method for connectioning to the database. Insert student is one method. Then all records, get all records using array is another method. Then I am using delete record method also, get student name method also. So these are some common things I used with update and record also. So this is student DEO. Similarly, we created admin DO, which is very less actually because I'm just fetching from the database and putting, because admin has an upper role to use all the student DO and all the methods. Similarly, we have to create methods for questions and insert also. So why need we need to create these methods? So if you predefine some questions, this is not very useful because you need to again and again use database queries in database part. So if you want to use interface, you need to create one method also. So I created question DEO method. Then this is insert question method I'm using here. So this what it will be do, it will fetch the data. I'm not providing here as fetching data because I need to create another file also. So in further part I will told how you can create JSP file here, and we are going to create JSP file in web pages part also. So this will execute this and it will update that with the question table. So I will show you which queries you want to do, because we need to just create tables here, no need to create all things or insert the data. We need to create around, or we need to execute only 5 to 6 queries inside the database only to create database. So question DO for the get all records of the questions, and then delete record to question, delete the question, and update to update that question part and everything. So you can update question table using with like you can put new question, or you can change that question, you can change the option. And there is one another for original question, because you need to see that original question also. So this is all about the question DO, which is very simple method and which is very helpful. Now once question DO, which is very simple, like the logic is simple. As we are going with student DAO, we need to get student name. Similarly for the get questions and everything, I'm using this. If you know the servlet part, you can easily create that part. I will explain you step by step here. So for the insert question, I'm using boolean method. So why I'm using boolean? So once it is done, it will show that boolean part only. If true, then I can use that logic, and I'm fetching the exception and everything. For the array list, I'm using array list as a question, and select from the question list, it will print all the array list. So this is the backend part. I will connect this backend to the front end to show in some beautiful manner inside our JSP file or web page. Again, delete record. So I don't want to create some HTML and Java file. For that I will embedded the Java code inside HTML. So I am using JSP here. So it will be very helpful while creating JSP. You will see how we are going with this part. So once array list is done, for the delete record, same query, delete from question table where question is. So though that star will be from that get question, and what is your q dot get question questions? Where is the question part? So question is basically oracle which we created only already, get question and all that things. So it will give us a question and it will delete that part, and that's it. We are deleting our part. Again handling the exception. Handling the exception is very important part here. Always handle that. Then with original question, new question, and with all the options and answers, you have to update that record, and you have to print the new record. So this is all about how we can create question part, or you can say question DO method. Similarly, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create instruction DO to insert instructions and some of getting all records, delete records, and update record. So as we are creating for student DO, I am going with same logic, same methods here. So get connection, insert connection, which contains insert connection with instruction ist. Then what is this instruction ist? Where I am getting this instruction ist, which is basically OESDB instructions. I told you in further part how, in previous part, how we already created this. You can use your dot star method for SQL and all these things, but I am showing which libraries I am using. Only connection, prepared statement, and result set I am using here. Not all files I am using. So this will insert all the values inside the database. Then array list and get all records. It will getting all records from this. So remember, this is very important. These things. Then similarly for delete instruction, table, where instruction, and this also. Queries are same simple, but all I'm changing just a database, and all things are simple and similar to once you have created students DO. All things are similar. So this is all about how we can create all things. So this is all about, we now are done. We are done with os.db part because we already know that, and oes.model. So no need. We finished here only, but we need to create some controlling part with contains logout, instruction, insert method also. Also, we need to create one another things in JSP because we are just doing this backend. We need to create front end also. So we will see in this video only how we can go with that part. So let us see how we can create that OES controller instruction insert part. So instruction insert. Let me close this part. So what will this method do? What it will insert that method with all things, and which is basically a very simple method for the status and everything. I'm using this. So why we need to use this method instruction? Because if you are inserting the instruction, you need to create some Java file. We have already created one instruction insert or instruction DEO part, which is using simple thing, that DEO, as you can see this part. But we need to push some message that database is updated, or we can say instruction is inserted. For that purpose, I am using this. So controller is basically, you can see, upper level Java servlet which displays only the messages to the user. Then DB is for the creating some methods which is helpful to create some database. Then updating that table method, updating the part method, or inserting some database inside that. So it will the second layer servlet classes, or you can say second level important classes. Remember, OES.model is very important because I am creating all the methods with the instructions and everything. So it will, if instructions are inserted into that part, it will print message instruction added, and it will add instruction JSP, which I am going to create, add instruction JSP method, which is for admin part only. It will print that instruction is added. If not, instruction is not added on that same page. So this is very simple, and this is only for the pushing, or we can say only for the showing that message on the database. Similarly, we need to create some logout methods. In previous part, or we can see, we can create only one button, and once it is logout, it will go to that first part. But for some user-friendly website, it shows message. What message it shows? It shows your logout successfully, or if you entered, it shows welcome your name. Similarly, that for that purpose, I'm going to create some another methods. So these are very simple methods. Logout student, and I'm inside the OES.package only. I'm using this. Let me change to the star part only because I'm specifying all the libraries which I'm using, because you can use, or you can use directly methods, like you can always write first code and then you can import libraries, because IDE will take care of the importing all the libraries, so it will import step by step. So you need to optimize this to dot star, because it takes like it contains all parts libraries, no need to specify specific libraries here. So I'm overriding this to this only, like these methods. So as I told you, servlet has two methods, doGet and doPost. DoPost is for the posting purpose. DoGet is just for showing some information. So DoGet is always effective than DoPost. DoPost takes too much time. Even JSP is taking too much time for loading. For that purpose, we need to optimize everything. But if I am using JSP with DoPost method, it will take too much time, and where I'm using very small things like logout successfully. I'm just want to show this part, or session invalidate part. I'm just put this. Once I click the logout button, it should show this part only with student login on JSP page. So for that doGet method, it will take less time and it is very effective. So I'm putting here only printing message method. So this is for the printing message. Then logout admin. Again, this is very simple method for the logout and login purpose. Similarly, for students, I have created only logout student. Similarly, you have to create for the login. So you are again going to use these methods only, logout students and everything. So why I am using this? Because for user-friendly website, you need to invoke this, or you can say you need to create this part. Similarly, we need to create question inserted part here. So let us see how we can create one question insert part or question inserted method here. So for that purpose, inside the controller, you need to create one another method, which is basically question insert method. Let us see. Create here servlet question insert, and this is very important step. Add.webxml, create a new file, and I am deleting this all part. So let us see how we can do that part. So let me use some methods here. So what I'm doing, I'm importing these methods only, because these things remain same here. Or what I can do is I can take it from logout student, because it is already optimized part. Okay, so I'm importing all the libraries first. Then what I'm doing, I am importing import oes.db dot questions. Then what I'm doing is I'm importing model also here, because that oes dot model dot questions do contains that part. Then you need to create one @web servlet method. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fetching this, and I will explain here. Okay, so let us see how we can create this. Okay, so we completed this part only, because this is very simple method, I am again telling. So no need to put this again and again, because it's serial version UID, which is basically default things inside already created in this part. Let me delete this. Okay, so question insert, what is it will do? It will take part from this doGet method, and option 1, option 2, and answer only. So this will setting the answers, and if question is added successfully, it should print question added part. If not added, it should that question is not added with the same JSP. So we need to create, or we need to focus on JSP only. So now we are done with this question insert. So we are remaining with some another method, which is basically student insert method. So again, it is very similar thing. So I will explain you here only. Once this is done, we need to proceed with JSP files only. So let me create one another servlet. Here I am adding in the web.xml. I'm deleting this part, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fetch similar libraries here, because these things are always similar. Then instead of using that question import, I'm going to use student import part only. So that's it. So we are already done with question insert. Similarly, you need to create student insert part here. So these all default things are already created. So we need to focus only this. Once this is done, uname, password, and username, it will print to the and insert to that the database. So we need to see how we can create JSP. So now we are done with all our servlet parts. OES controller is done. Also, I told you in the previous, we are done with this, and we are done with the model part also. So now in further videos, I'm going to tell you how we can create JSP part only, because we already done with this. So step by step, I will tell you how we can create. So I will explain the code, because writing a code is very huge, because typing each and every statement, so it's very huge part. So I will explain the code.